So I'm not going to draw a line, but I wanted to talk a little bit for the intern about that line a little more too. So I'm going to work on my circle here and roughly trying to stay equidistant. I'm still working on following that feel and the roundness from the tip of the nose to the tip of the back. I'm not trying to be picky here. I fix and release. It's not stuff I'm really focused on teaching here. There she cut in, but I'm not going to worry about it. She kind of was a little bit moving in because of them. But I'm aware of it there. But I'm not going to do with my hands a bunch of different things. I just want to keep my inside hand inside my line and my outside hand outside my line. So if she cuts in, then my hand wouldn't be back here because that's reverse. So I got to get short enough to have my hand take her to the outside. So if it's forward and out, I got to get forward and out with my hand as I stretch her out there. And when I pick up on both reins here, forward and out. Good. As I pick up on both reins, I want him to get soft. Now when I go to take the hind quarters, I'm going to keep the front feet on my circle. And I take the hind feet to the outside. There's the hind quarters. I'm done and he's soft. Softness is being in between my reins. So if my hands are outside the reins and always pulling on my horse can't get soft. If I come back here and he takes a step and I take a step and he takes a step, there's no place to get soft. I need to do enough when I move his feet. I direct the foot as it's coming off the ground. So right shoulder, now the hind. Good, and I'm facing that barrel. If it wasn't soft, it'd be pushing into this barrel, and I let my hands come clear off my line. So I want to focus on out there, keeping my hands on the line. So I open my outside rein. There it went to push in closer on my circle. And there's my hind quarter. Now the front feet, we're just going to kind of roll around here. I want the weight on the hind end there. Good. We won't go the opposite way. Now if it gets dull, I might have to move out, and I don't want to be too stringent when I'm asking for life, staying on my circle there. He did. But I don't want to be blocking him from moving out at this stage when they're green. When I liven up here, get the change. So if they're dull off of two legs, I'm probably going to have them dull off one leg. And we'll liven up. There, that was better with my seat. Good, and back down to the wall. And then we open up the outside rein. My outside hand stays on that line. There, step off that leg. There. So it's bent, but it's not following its hind, and the shoulder was moving too much. So that's where I started to open with that hand, because he was going too far, just falling out, and I needed that hind feet, same distance from the barrel. Good. That was right flexion, so front quarter is right. Good. I'll try to get another change there. Good. That was a little too far. Good. There you go. Now as I go, I'm going to come out of my circle just a second, because I don't want to say, hey, go left, after I just turned right. Because I don't want it to be like I'm saying you turn too far and then pull into the left. So I came a little bit straight and right out of that, so that I encourage that motion. My circle a little bit bigger there. Good. I roll that on my line, off my leg, a little more off my leg. There he's pushing on my hand there. So we overturned with the hind because he was pushing on my hand there, and I needed him to come off a little. don't want to roll that too much. Now that's just one way to keep that line, but as I draw out here, I want to make sure, keep forward, make sure the lateral's good before I come down and I do my one rein stop with that last little step of the hind. And open up, drop the weight back, and round. I want him to bend so as this right front leg comes off the ground, I'll have him bend just a little more. Good. And he wasn't quite anchored on that foot, but I don't want to be picky. There's a difference between being particular and picky. I just want to get a little change and a trot, and then go on. And I can use all that when I'm doing my serpentine. Here's my leg yield. Good, and I might be like, hey, roll that hind a little bit. Now drive straight forward. And I offer with my right legs. And I fix and release. There the feet went equal a little bit. But if I need more hind quarters because he needs to move off this right leg, I might slow that hind down, or slow that front down and speed the hind up. If he wants to go over that way, I'm going to turn over this way. Now left leg back, right leg forward, I change my coil so that I can get straight. And again, my hands don't leave my line. Like if my arc on that barrel was around this blue step here, my hand doesn't go out here. So if I started to draw and he's going way out here, my hand would stay over here, so the further he goes, he'd have to turn and come back to it. Again, he kind of gets a little sticky. We'll move him out. He moved out pretty good that time. He didn't feel like he would. He was just getting kind of nothing in my seat when I thought about speeding the walk up. He just wasn't there, but he checked out okay. And I'll settle down to the wall. Now his mind's off there, so I don't always turn away from it. Sometimes I might use it and be like, hey, let's go see what that horse is doing. And it's really easy to get that left turn there. He's like, oh, that horse is calling out over there, so it might be pretty easy to get that right turn. If I get him going with me a little, then I come back and have him going with me. First I gave a little so that I could ask for a little, where he's listening off my legs a little bit and use that. Just kind of counterflexed. I was thinking of going left, so again I was ahead of it and he refused. If I didn't care, then I could use it. But if I'm already somewhere and while he's going, as long as he's, there he's go, we'll move him out. And he's out of frame a little. So I work at building my frame and a little leg yield. So he's on that line. He's out of frame, ducking in. There. I want him to transfer his weight to his left shoulder there. And as he starts to get kind of with me there, I'll release. But if he just pops out and goes where he wants to go, I'm going to be busy directing him somewhere. I'm not picking. Get a little change one way, get a little change the other. Get a little change this way. Now, as we say, now he needs to get soft. He wasn't getting soft there in the frame. There we go. Come back the other way. Good. Good. There's a little counter flex there. He's leaning on this right shoulder a little bit, so I leg yield out just a little and come through. What you looking for? What are you looking for? We're going to get to practice. I was more worried to get worried when I threw this piece. But I always give him a chance. So I give him 2 or or three steps here before I come in and fix. So I go right, 2, 3, and then I direct that right front foot on through. And then when I change, I go left, left, good, he made it, see? And I go right, 2, kind of making it, so I might give him an extra step, but then I'm going to come back to where my line was there. He overstepped it. Then we go right, and I think left, 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 and I'm going to come through because my line was right through the middle of these. And he overturned a little, which means I overdid a little. There, left turn. Right, right, there, he's starting to make it. Not quite on my line, but he's trying, so I give him a little bit. If he's trying, give him a little longer. Again, I'm not trying to be too particular right now. As they get more refined, where they reach will be important, and if they're pushing through it, then my hand can be back here like, hey, you got to come back to that line. But for now, we have a gray area. But the further, the more advanced I get along, now I want him to get steady with his head. I'm going to try to push my hand out, push my hand out, push my hand out, change my pull, and pull up. Draw that hind a little. There. Got steady, I'll release. Get steady. Good. Just a couple steps. And it goes back to the right. No, we're going left. It's not steady. Not steady. Don't push through my hand too much. There. So I use that to move his feet. I want him pushing with his hind end, not pulling with his front. And I can use that lateral there a little bit to get his hind feet up under him. There. It's not just flexion with the head, it's control of the feet. It's being able to direct those feet under so that he has to step those hind feet up closer and he's not pulling with his front end, creating a hollow top line. I want him compressing a little bit and then relaxing. If he stays with me here, that's really nice. Go a little bit. Again, I do this just on a trail ride too as I'm going, and he's still not like out of frame too much, but I try to check back with him before he left and got too busy. And if the more times he checks back there quickly and instantly, that time he didn't check instantly, the more I'm going to probably give him some peace. I don't want to just be picking on them, or pretty soon they just kind of get to going, oh crap, what are you going to try to train on me today for? Just want to go and ride and enjoy a little bit. Hey, enjoy the journey. And when I stop my hand at the green block there, so if he went on, I'd stretch back. And I'll do a lot of practicing. So he's hard there. Cricket, where he started to straighten. I'm going to wait on this hind end, but I'm not in a hurry there. There's the front feet. It's off the back. So I might back up so I can show you again. Gotta get soft. There you go. And I'll work a lot. Right, whoop, nice anticipation, right, and I'll try to stop that foot in midair and set him back. So he takes that weight off of it, left, 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 and he pushed there, so he had to set his toe down, but at least I was doing something about it. So I ride that foot up, 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 and back. If I have time, make sure that I can go back and that he starts off soft. If he's kind of bracing or pushing through from the wall, there might be a chance that he's even from the stop, he's bracing. So I take a minute there and don't get too caught up in stopping that foot in midair. And again, it's not an exercise just to make sure you get the foot. They might set it down. It's an exercise to do, hey, when I stop, you stop. And if you push, you got to come back off of that pressure back to me. So anyways. Once you've done a little bit, better just to go ride them and do something. Get out of training on them. Put a purpose to it. All this stuff, there'll be things that come up, whether you're roping the dummy or out on a trail ride, that you have time or a need to practice some of this. And if you can't do it, then you might spend a little bit getting it just a little better, but not perfect.